An oral history of Black Friday. All right, oral history might be a bit of an exaggeration. This is just my personal memory of how Black Friday has gone over the years. Thanks for joining us for Plain English. I'm Jeff. The producer is JR, and you are listening to Lesson 318 of Plain English. You can find the full lesson at plainenglish.com/318. So, like I was saying, today I'll give you my personal history of Black Friday. The actual term goes back to the 1950s or so, but my perspective dates back to the late 80s, early 90s. So I'll share that with you. The expression is for better or for worse, and we have a quote of the week. It all started as a nice, wholesome family tradition. American Thanksgiving is our biggest national holiday, and it comes on a Thursday in late November. It has always been common for people to have Thursday and Friday off, making it a long 4-day holiday weekend. More Americans travel on Thanksgiving than on any other day of the year in a normal year. They travel by air and by car, but this is a big domestic travel day. Some families do Thanksgiving abroad, but most stay in the States. Most things are closed on Thanksgiving. Offices, banks, hair salons, restaurants, and stores are closed. Many grocery stores and fitness centers are open only until about noon or 1 p.m. For better or for worse, you're stuck inside with your family watching football and enjoying a big meal on Thanksgiving Day. After the Thanksgiving celebrations on Thursday, it was common for family members to go out shopping on Friday as they start to think about the Christmas gift-giving season. A lot of big movies come out on Thanksgiving weekend, so going out together to see movies and do some shopping was always a good family tradition since extended families were already together for the holiday. Most stores and malls would have special sales and promotions as they all competed for shoppers' attention. It was common through most of the 80s and 90s for malls to open super early in the morning, 7 o'clock or even 6 o'clock in the morning, and shoppers would make an event out of their Black Friday shopping, waking up early together, deciding what stores to go to first, and standing in line waiting for the doors to open. For many people, never for me, but for many people, it was a nice family tradition. Television news made it an event with reporters interviewing consumers about the shopping they were doing and the deals they were finding. Newspapers were full of coupons. TV commercials were all about holiday sales. Well, this turned into an arms race, and it was American consumerism at its most outlandish. Stores eventually started opening earlier and earlier, each trying to get an edge on the competition. People were camping out overnight in the parking lots of major retailers, waiting for bargains. When stores started opening at 5 o'clock a.m., I thought, this can't get any worse. Oh, it got worse. 4:30 a.m., 4 o'clock a.m. until 1 year, 2011, the malls and stores opened at midnight. This was certifiably insane. Shoppers, hungry for bargains, would shop all night long. Stores would have hourly sales to keep people coming into the store late into the night and into Friday morning. Meanwhile, Black Friday shopping became a contact sport. Retailers would publicize deep discounts that applied to just a limited amount of merchandise. The trick was to get people in the door for the deep discounts, but then make money on the other shopping they do there. This didn't turn out well. There would be news stories about injuries as people fought over limited sales or stampeded doors when they opened. It became ugly. But retailers and shoppers couldn't help themselves. The insanity continued, and in 2012 and 2013, stores were opening at 6 or 8 in the evening on Thanksgiving itself, supposedly the one holiday that everyone in the country had off. After a couple of years of this, a backlash started to take hold. What started as a fun family tradition turned into an exhausting, competitive, possibly dangerous ordeal. Companies and shoppers started to think about the employees. Thanksgiving is a national holiday. If stores opened on Thanksgiving night, that ruined the holiday for the workers. What's more, as online shopping became more popular, the importance of in-person Black Friday shopping started to diminish as people realized it was easier to shop for bargains from home. Cooler heads prevailed. Companies publicly stated they were looking out for employees and agreed to stay closed on Thursday. But the online promotions went into overdrive, and Black Friday is now a season rather than a day, with many Black Friday online sales starting the week before. At the same time, workers have a bit more flexibility in their ability to shop, and the winter holiday shopping season is now spread over November and December. The most important shopping days for retailers are now December 23rd and 24th, the days right before Christmas. We had a number of people take advantage of our Black Friday specials to join Plain English Plus. Did you find anything good online? Let me know in our free Facebook group. Tell us about what Black Friday is like in your country and how it compares to what you heard today. If you're not yet a member, come join us at plainenglish.com/Facebook. I got a speaker on Black Friday. That's about it. I got it online. I didn't venture out into the stores. I am planning on getting a more casual winter coat now that I'm not commuting into an office any longer. But I know there will be more sales as we get closer to Christmas, so I didn't feel the urgency this year at Black Friday. Here's a great English expression for you, for better or for worse. Let me give you the direct definition, and then we can walk through some examples. For better or for worse is usually an introduction to a fact, and it means whether this is good or bad. Imagine that you have a fact that from one perspective might be good, but from another perspective might be bad. Before you say that fact, you might want to send your listener a clue that there are both good and bad parts about what's coming. That's when you use for better or for worse. Here's how you heard it in today's main lesson. For better or for worse, everything is closed on Thanksgiving, and you can spend the whole day with your family celebrating the holiday. This might be good or bad. Why might it be good? Hey, there are 365 days in a year. It's probably good for us to take just one of those days and spend it home with family, right? That's good. There's nothing else competing for your attention, and you can spend the day with your family. Why might it be bad? You might be on a strict fitness regimen and you want to get a workout in. You might run out of fresh coffee beans, as I did on Thanksgiving morning, and you might find your local coffee roaster is closed. It could be your only day off and you have a big home improvement project and all the hardware stores are closed. Or you might just not get along with your family. So everything is closed on Thanksgiving. That could be good, that could be bad, depending on your point of view. For better or for worse, everything is closed on Thanksgiving, and you'll spend that time with your family. Have you ever had a tight deadline? A tight deadline is when you have a lot of work to do in a short period of time. The deadline is the day you have to finish. Sometimes deadlines can be flexible. If you've promised something on a Friday, you can ask your boss or your client if you can deliver it on Monday. That's a classic. I've done that. They didn't realistically need it before the weekend. But sometimes the answer comes back no. The deadline really is the deadline. It is due on Friday. For better or for worse, you have to get it done by 11:59 p.m. on Friday. For better or for worse, this may be good or bad. It might be bad because you have a lot of work to do by Friday. You might not get much sleep on Wednesday or Thursday night. You don't have a lot of flexibility. There's pressure. It has to get done quickly. But on the other hand, if you're done on Friday, you can enjoy the weekend. For better or for worse, the project will be done on Friday. Sunday morning, the light streaming into your bedroom, your head is pounding. Oops, you had too much to drink the night before. Would you like to know my 100% guaranteed hangover cure? Time. For better or for worse, the one and only thing guaranteed to cure your hangover is time. Yes, you can drink water, take an aspirin, have a carb-heavy breakfast, whatever. I find that full-calorie soda helps me personally, but these are just little tips to make it less bad. There's no cure. The only cure is time, for better or for worse. Why is it good? Well, you don't have to go to the doctor. No need for fancy medication. It's the simplest solution ever. Just wait, and it's 100% guaranteed to work. But why is it bad? Well, it's time. You're suffering here. There's no quick fix, no pill you can take. Waiting is the one thing we often don't want to do, but it's easy and guaranteed to work. For better or for worse, the only thing that truly cures a hangover is time. This is a famous quote in English and a clever one. The author is Oscar Wilde. The quote appears in the novel Lady Windermere's Fan. One character asks, "What is a cynic?" And another character responds, "A man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing." Now that is a good Black Friday quote. It touches on the difference between price and value. Price is the number of dollars or pounds or pesos or reais or yen that you must spend. Value is what you truly get in return. They are not always the same. Many things that have value don't have a price at all. Loyalty, kindness, good deeds, a child's smile, a good friend, these are things that have value but no price. If all you think about are price tags, then you'll miss out on a lot of the true value, true worth that life has to offer. So on this Black Friday, here's the quote once more, a dialogue from Oscar Wilde's Lady Windermere's Fan. What is a cynic? A man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. That's all today. The fun continues on Thursday when I'll give you the backstory on Cyber Monday. I almost can't say that without laughing a little. If you're not sure why I'm chuckling at the idea, well, I'll explain on Thursday. If you enjoyed today's lesson and if you're ready to take the next step with us in English, then I'd encourage you to consider our membership program, Plain English Plus. Every lesson you listen to here on Spotify or your podcast app, every one comes with additional ways to study and practice. We have an in-depth video lesson, listening exercises, pronunciation exercises, translations, flashcards, and more. You can explore all the membership has to offer at plainenglish.com/plus, plainenglish.com/PLUS.